Skinny Holloway Southern T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If this your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good boxing, MMA, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, and not just today, man. Today, we're here with the UFC 326 Fight Breakdown EP. I was only going to give y'all one particular bet in this one, right? But I changed my mind, right? I changed my mind. I decided to, we gonna do the whole card here. We gonna do the whole card here. I'm gonna try to get this within about. I'm gonna try to get this in with about no longer than 30 minutes. We're gonna try to do it within about 15. You know what I mean, or something like that. All right, something like that. Right. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here for. We're gonna be here for we're gonna be here for a good time, not a long time, right? But enough time. You feel me? Skills was good. Skills. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Skills, if y'all could, if y'all would hit that subscription button for your boy, man. About to get into the the UFC breakdown. If y'all got questions on anything, feel free to ask. And just for the people who wondering, me and my brother OTB, we did a live about 3 days ago. We did it live. It's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. We did it live Wednesday. Me and my brother OTB. We did a live Wednesday, and we gave out some picks, and we gave out a bet at the end of the show. If you played that, we chopping it up, Ty. We chopping it up, boo boo. We gave out a bet at the end of the show, right? If you played that bet at the end of the show, you won some money yesterday. So shout out to you if you're one of the few that actually played the bet that we put out yesterday. You won some money yesterday, and it was plus money. You know what I mean? And if you played that Butler knockout, which I told y'all to run, Stephen Butler for the KO, you also won some money yesterday. Right? So that's always good. That's always it. That's always the end result. I don't care if I get every single pick wrong. If them bets hit, when them bets slap, that's the most beautiful thing right there, man. And that is what we do it for. Right? That's the most beautiful thing. And that is what we do it for. So if you got in yesterday, we won. We all won yesterday, right? So good job, good job. What we gonna do is we gonna try to continue that this week with UFC tomorrow and with the Zuffa boxing card Sunday. With the Zuffa boxing card Sunday, right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get y'all right with the UFC on this video. After this video, I'll probably do it. I do it tonight. I'm gonna set it up today. Maybe it get rain tonight. Y'all know how I do it sometimes. I might do it bright and early, but the undercard for the Zuffa boxing card has already dropped, right? So it dropped. It finally dropped, right? I should say, not already. It finally dropped, right? I should say. So I'm going to be doing my Zuffa undercard picks either tonight maybe, set between 7:30 and 9:30, just depending on how the time go. Right. But we're gonna be doing our Zuffa boxing full card picks as well. You already know I got Apata. Y'all already know I got Apata in the main event, right? So we won't really gotta, hang on to that one too long. But nice little fight card. Nice little fight card. I looked over it. I'm about halfway done with the work for Sunday, right? I kind of know one lock I already found, and then the rest of them I got to dig a little deeper into, right? So I do still got to do that. All right, but most definitely go get that out to y'all as well. Most definitely go get that out to y'all as well, right? But we're coming off a win yesterday, right? So we gonna keep this thing rolling. We gonna keep this thing rolling for sure, right? As far as bringing in the wins. Shout out to my girl Ty. Shout out to my guy Skills from New Orleans. Shout out to my guy Boxing Wiz. Boxing Wiz, what's good, gangster? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, man. If y'all could hit that thumbs up, for your boy when you're rolling on it. I'm trying to let a couple more people, maybe roll in. If anybody got any questions or whatnot before we get into it, so I'm gonna go through the picks kind of fast. I'm gonna go through the picks kind of fast, for the UFC. I'm gonna make sure I condense this. Right now, gonna go past 25 minutes. Right, I'll make sure I have this condensed. So when I get to going, I'm gonna go through them, pretty fast. I do got something for y'all. If y'all want to play something, on this I do got something for y'all if y'all want to place something on this card, even for the rat pack in the back, right? Because I know it's a whole rat pack in the back, and by rat pack in the back, I mean the people that's sitting here not saying nothing, right? Because three of y'all said something, there's five of y'all in here, right? So I digress. But y'all do I kind of wait till the I kind of wait, I kind of try to wait until the people that ain't said shit leave before I really start giving out giving out my picks and whatnot. So we finna roll up, man. How y'all feeling? Main event, Max Holloway. Main event, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. This is a part two, right? This is a part two, right? This is a rematch. Right. Max Holloway won the first one. Some people feel like, Charles is a much better fighter since then. Max is a much better fighter since then, right? So this should be interesting, right? Some people see the Charles Oliveira line, right? They see his money line. Charles Oliveira is the dog in this. And, that's all they need to see. Max Holloway is one of my all-time favorite fighters, right? I've been watching UFC for a long time. Chuck Liddell, Rampage Jackson, Forrest Griffin. Those are some of my favorites. You got Stylebender, right, to bring it up to date. Anderson Silva, things like that. Max Holloway falls right along in that category for me. Max Holloway is one of my favorite UFC fighters. I say this every time y'all see me make a Max Holloway video, right? So if you feel like that it may be some biasness in my picks, it's not, right? But I am taking Max Holloway because I feel like he's the better mixed martial artist. I feel like he's the better striker. You know what I mean? Standing on the feet. I feel like his takedown defense is elite, right? I kind of feel like Charles Oliveira's only shot is really to hit a submission. You know what I mean? Maybe to land a takedown. And Max Holloway doesn't have, you know, bad takedown defense. He actually has strong takedown defense. So I think even if Charles Oliveira, is, you know, I did see him say something about he wanted to grapple and wrestle more this fight than he did the last fight. So I'm thinking even if he does try to do that, he's going to have a hard time, you know what I mean, taking Max Holloway down. So I do get Max Holloway for the win. And if you want to, you could go ahead and you could stick Max Holloway in your parlay if you want to. I will be betting on Max Holloway for show purposes, right? We'll just throw a money line in here for Max right now, right? But I do have Max Holloway for the win in the main event in the BMF, right? Title fight. What I really need y'all to do is I need more of the Charles Oliveira congregation. I need y'all to get in there, right, and start betting on Charles so that line can go down. Right. Co-main event, we got Rob Font. I mean, my bad. Co-main event, we got Caio Barajo versus Renier De Ritter. Right. De Ritter quit in his last fight. De Ritter is the guy that I have had bad luck betting on. I picked him to win his last fight and one championship. Got knocked the fuck out. I picked him to lose his first fight in the UFC. He won. I picked him to win his last fight, gassed the fuck out and quit. Right. So my betting resume with De Ritter is fucking terrible, right? You know what I mean? And I'm not the highest on Caro Barhal either, right? So I'm not excited about this fight. I see the Ritter at plus 210. Some people are excited about that. I'm not fucking with this fight. I'm not fucking with this fight at all. This is no bet for me. Value wise, I guess you would take the value wise. The value is on the Ritter at plus 210. I'll be real with you. Cario Barajo at minus 258. I feel like that line is too big, right? That's why it's a stay away from me. But I do think Carl Barajo is going to win, but the line being almost minus 300 just don't sit right with me. So it's a no bet for me. But I do get Carl Bauerhoff for the win, not betting it. So the only thing you should have in your betting slip right now is Max Holloway. We got Michael Johnson versus Drew Dober. And it's this thing that Drew Dober knocks out all of the black people. Drew Dober only fought two black people, knocked out two black people. I guess they're adding, Mexicans and all the other races, you know what I mean, in there. This is not really a fight that anybody can get knocked out in this fight. Bet this fight not to go to this. Michael Johnson, Drew Dober. If you asking me for a bet, I would say that fight does not uh go the distance. Right. If you ask me to take a winner, there is no underdog. You know what I mean? Really in this fight, just yet. Right. So I I guess Drew Dober. Right. No bet for me. But I think that fight isn't going the distance though, right? So that fight not to go distance is minus 200, right? So I'm going to stick that in here just for the hell of it, right now. So we got Max Holloway, we got Dober and Michael Johnson not to go the distance. They got us to plus 118 so far, right? So we go keep it going. I skipped uh Raul Rosa and Rob Font. So let's go to Font and Rosa. Uh, I have Rosa to win this fight, right? We all know Rosa's going to do. He's going to go in there. He's going to grapple. He's going to get the takedowns. Not even really the greatest finisher, right? As he's growing, he's trying to add, more of the finishing in there, right? But he's a guy who, has pretty much the same game plan every fight, right? Just to go in there, get this thing to the ground, win time, and win rounds. And that's what I am thinking that he's going to be able to do. You know what I mean, in this fight. So I do got Rojas Jr. to win this fight over Rob Font, but I'm not just, extremely excited, to bet it because Rojas is one dimensional, right? He is one dimensional. If we've been honest with ourselves, he is one dimensional. He's very good at that one dimension, but he is one dimensional. He's getting better with the striking as of late, right? But still, you know, one dimensional. But I do have Raul Rojas to win this fight over Rob Font. His line is minus 270. Not really sure if he's a minus 270 better than Rob Font, but with the people betting on him, the money coming in and whatnot, it's going to grow, a little bit. But I'm more confident that this fight actually, goes the distance, right? So if you're asking me for a safer bet, right, I would probably say distance, but I am picking Paul Rojas to win this fight. Let's just throw a over in here for what it's worth right now, right? Because I don't think Fun is going to finish Rojas. Don't think Rojas is going to finish Fun, at least not early, right? But Rojas for the win. His money line is minus 270. The over is minus 260. So just for show purposes, we'll just throw this over in here, right? Got to get us to plus 202. I told you I'm not betting Michael Johnson. We got RoboCop versus Bruno Fiera. Another fight that I'm not betting. This is also a rematch in which RoboCop lost the first fight. Right. I do think RoboCop wins this fight, but I'm not, too excited to bet on RoboCop either. Right. RoboCop is really stiff. He has power. He actually has a good ground game, as well. I would think that Bruno Fiera wants to keep this fight standing. And RoboCop will he's not afraid to oblige you in the standing fight. I'm low confidence on this fight, either way it goes. Not because I think RoboCop won't win, but just because these are two guys. These are two finishers, right? So I feel like this is a very volatile fight. So I would much rather not be on, a money line or anything in this. I do got Gregory Rodriguez to win it, and I think this fight isn't going the distance, right? So if you're asking me about playing this, I would say fight not to go the distance is minus 450 though, right? So not the greatest odds. The over and under is 1.5. And it's even odds at over 1.5, right? Not too confident on that either way, man. This fight is probably a no bet for me. right? Unless I just take it not to go the distance in a parlay or something, which we're not going to put in that parlay for show purposes. Show purposes, right? Uh, on your show, RoboCop for the win. No bet. Medium confidence. We got Cody Garbrandt versus Long Nexon versus Long Yan. That's his name, Long Yang versus Cody Garbrandt. We got Cody Garbrandt at that plus 135 right there. As long as Cody and this sounds crazy because Cody Garbrandt is a goddamn decorated wrestler, right? But I think as long as this fight is on the feet, all right, Cody Garbrandt has his best chance. Long Young is probably going to want to take Cody Garbrandt down for path of least resistance. Cody Garbrandt has been knocked out a little bit in his later stages of his career, right? But I am going to take him to win this fight as the dog at their plus 136. No, I would not be betting this fight, right? I think this fight is kind of volatile as well. I would not be betting this fight, right? But I am picking Cody Garbrandt to win this fight. I am picking Cody Garbrandt to win this fight. And maybe it's the underdog money talking to me, right? But I'm not even betting. I haven't even betted. Well, I won't say I'm not betting, but I haven't betted, right? I haven't bet anything just yet, but I am going to make a bet on this EP here, right, for show purposes, like I do every time I come here and I give you guys my picks. Y'all know I leave y'all with a bet. Who am I to sit here and give you out of these picks and not bet on any of them my goddamn self, right? You know what I mean? So, we don't do that over here at the Tea House, man. But I digress. So Cody Garbrandt for the win. No bet. That will be a dog play for me, right? I guess a bit of a dog or pass. We got Dante Johnson versus Cody Bundrich. I'm going with Dante Johnson in this. Dante Johnson for the finish. Dante Johnson's submission is actually the value play that I'm looking at, right? I do think Dante Johnson is going to win. I do think Dante Johnson is going to stop Cody Garbrandt. The question for me is how. And I don't want it to sound like that I think Cody Garbrandt is complete trash, because I don't think Cody Garbrandt is complete trash. I think he's a little trash, right? I don't think he's complete trash, though. It's the difference, right? Complete trash, a little trash, right? You got to be aware of people who are a little trash, right? Because people can still be dangerous, even though they're trash, right? But Dante Johnson should win it. I got the utmost confidence in that one right there. At minus 850, though, we can't really do too much with it. Maybe, even his minus 7.5 is minus 525, right? So they're expecting Cody Bundrich to get washed in this. Dante Johnson's knockout is minus 225. I think all the value is on Dante Johnson's submission. His double chance knockout or submission is minus 450, right? So maybe you want to go there. If you just have to play Dante Johnson at minus 450, it'll cut that minus 800 in half, and you could do it that way. But Dante Johnson for the win. If you just have to play it, I would say just take the money line or take that knockout submission. I'm not going to put it in our parlay due to the fact that it's minus 850, but I do think it's a solid win, right? But Dante Johnson. Dante Johnson, you know what I mean, for the win in that thing for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, right? Moving right along, we got Ricky. I'll be butchering his name. We got Ricky Tercio versus Alberto Montez. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not as high on Alberto Montez as everybody else seems to be, right? But I do have Alberto Montez to win this fight against Ricky Tercios. Again, one of these situations where I don't necessarily think Ricky Tercios is complete trash, right? I actually think Ricky Tercios he's a grinder kind of fighter, right? He's one of them fighters that's going to fight hard, a bit more of a wrestler, right? Has some striking. He's going to fight hard, you know what I mean? But he's not the most talented guy. He's okay everywhere, not the most talented guy, you know what I mean, all around. There are guys who are more skilled than him. There are guys who are better finishers than him. There are guys who are better wrestlers than him. He's not bad at anything, but he's not great at one particular thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm great at predicting boxing and MMA. Right, right. I'm great at predicting at basketball, right? I'm good at predicting baseball. You get what I'm saying? Like me, kind of like me, right? Great at everything and good. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But yeah, Ricky Tercio is he's okay at everything, but not really great at anything, right? So I'm going to go with the young boy Alberto Montez. Ricky Tercio's kind of young too. I'm calling, Montez young boy, like Tercios is fucking 35 or something like that. But I'm going to go with the young boy Montez. This one right here, I'm hesitant. I'm I'm listening to everybody else, right, when it comes to Montez, right? Everybody else believes in Montez so much, they almost got me ready, you know what I mean, to go ahead and put him in my parlay just to see what he gonna do, give him a run, so he could either make it happen for me or have me piss the fuck off at him, right? Right? So he can either make me a believer, right? Or have me piss the fuck off at him or Alberto Montez, right? So I do get Alberto Montez for the win. I guess I'm falling for the hype right now, right? I'm listening to the hype right now. So I'm gonna listen to the hype, and we're going to add Alberto Montez in our parlay over Ricky Tercios. My boy, if you come out here and you blow this to Ricky Tercios, it's going to be me and you. Alberto Montez for the win. I just think he's a better all around fighter than Ricky Tercios. Uh, and I think he'll be able to get the win. Something tells me he's going to go to the scorecards, but Alberto Montez for the win. And we'll put that money line in here, which will get us 4 legs. It'll boost our parlay to plus 370, right? We got Tumbin Raw. We got his name is Tummy Dimbaral. Tummy Dimbaral, right? We got Tummy Dimbaral versus Cody Durden. I can say Cody Durden. I'm picking Tumba Dimbaral in this, right? I'm 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 leaning towards being, Tama Dimbaral, Tamba Dimbaral. This man, his first name is even worse than his last name, y'all. Watch this. Hold on, I got you. I got you. His first name is even worse than his last name, y'all. Hold on. His first name is Nayam Jagal. Nayam Jagar Tumbin Dimbaral, right? So we got Tumbin Dimbaral versus Cody Durden. Cody Durden is what I like to call mid, right? Cody Durden is what I like to call mid. Like he's very mid. Like he's mid at everything. Right? He's mid at everything. You know, I say, kind of like Turkeyos, right? But except Cody Durden's just not good. You know what I mean? He's just not good. So I am going to take Tumbin Dumb Rob. That's more of a fade of Cody Durden than that is me loving Tumbarao. Right? I'm tempted to throw Tumbarao in my bet just to fade Cody Durden, right? But we gonna hold off that. So I do got Tumbarao for the win. Uh no bet just yet, but I may end up playing it because I just don't believe in Cody Durden, right? You know what I mean? We got 3 fights left, y'all. We got Suma Durgi versus Jesse Aguilar. This is my dog of the card right here. I'm going to take Jesse Aguilar over Suma Durgi. Jesse Aguilar, he's a tough cookie, tough little hombre, tough Mexican. He's a guy who fights hard for your money. I've lost with him as an underdog. I've won with him as an underdog. But this is one of the fighters that I like to play as an underdog. So I'm going to continue to do so. So give me Jesse Aguilar. Maybe he pops on one of those crazy submissions that he likes to do. This guy is really, 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 really good at he's really good at guillotines, right? He could catch the best of them in those fucking guillotines, right? So give me Jesse Aguilar as my dog pick of the day. We got Rafael Tobias versus Nor Norgazay. I'm gonna mess his name up too. Norgazay, right? Norgazay fucking sucks to me, right? He fucking sucks to me. So I'm going to take Rafael Tobias, and that's more of a fade of Nergazai than it is me just believing in Tobias, right? So we're going to take 2 of these young guns, Tobias, and we're going to take Alberto Montez. We're going to put them in our parlay, right? We're going to put them in our parlay, right? So we're going to be banking on 2 young bucks, you know what I mean, on this card. I don't necessarily like doing that, right? But with where the odds at and what it's worth with this card, we're going to have to find out spots somewhere. And you know that minus 180 and that minus 175 will be pretty much our value and our juice on these parlays because you know Max is minus 200, the Rojas and Font fight over is minus 200, right? And then we got what was our other one? Max Holloway. Oh yeah, Dober Michael Johnson not to go the distance, right? That's minus two as well, right? So we had to get some ones in there, right, to give us a little juice. First fight of the card, Luke Fernandez versus Rodalo Balado. I kind of want to take Balado, y'all, if I'm being real with y'all, right? But that's a no bet for me. But I am going to go Luke Fernandez, right? That's another young guy that you know everybody seems to believe in right now. Luke Fernandez. They're high on Montez, Luke Fernandez, right, in this card, right? The MMA world. They're hype on two of these young guns. I'm going to add one in there. Fernandez almost made the parlay as well. Right, he very well could. I took Johnson and Dober out to go the distance. That's what I replaced. You know what I mean? The young gun Luke Fernandez with just to give me something, you know, that I'm a little more familiar with. Like, I'm a little more comfortable with that fight not going the distance than I did my unknown rookie. I already have you know, two unknown rookies on this thing, right? So we are taking a chance with that for the parlay. But I got y'all a 5 leg and it's plus 640. So 5 legs plus 640, right? Let's run this back down before we slide up out of here. I'm gonna drop it at the bottom so you won't forget, right? So we got Max Holloway money line, Montez money line, Tobias money line. We got Font versus Paul Rojas Jr. over 2.5. And then we got Drew Dober, Michael Johnson, not to go the distance, right? So let me drop this in here for y'all, man. Then we go slide on up out of here. And then make sure y'all stay tuned, right? Because actually, right, I'm not coming back on live today, right? So this gonna be the first and last time y'all see me today. I may drop on a little later on tonight. It'll be late night, you know, something like that, right? But I don't think I'm gonna be on. I don't think I'm going to be on a little later, right? But let me go ahead and drop this in the chat for y'all, man, so I can timestamp this thing at the end for y'all. Right, so we're going to go Holloway. Right, so we're going to go Max. We're going to go Montez. Right, we're going to go Tobias, the rookie Kyle. Right, that's a fade of Nergaze. Right, we're going to go Rojas in front over. I mean Rosa, right? We're going to go Rosa in front over. Right, and then we're going to take Dober, Johnson, not distance. Right, and they get us the plus 640. You're to get us the plus 640. And I'm going to timestamp it at 29 minutes. And I'm going to timestamp it at 29 minutes. Right? So for everybody that want to skip the boring part, man, we got Max Holloway, we got Montez, Tobias, Rosa Font, not distance. I mean, Rosa Font over, Dober Johnson, not distance. Rosa Font over, Rosa Font over, Rosa Font over 2.5, right? So Max, Montez, Tobias, Rosa Font over 2.5, Dober Johnson, not distance. They get you the plus 640. Get you the plus 640, right? So let me Max, Montez, Tobias, Rosa Font over 2.5. Dober Johnson, ND. Right? Just so I don't confuse nobody, right? I'm gonna get up out of here, man. So we go timestamp that thing for 30 minutes, right? Now we'll timestamp for 29. Max, Montez, Tobias, Rosafont over 2.5. Dober Johnson, not to go the distance. Skinny Holloway, Sudden T. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but it's the present. That's how we rock it. And I'm out. Look.